hearing a lot about 2020 vision, roaring 20s. So I think it's going to be a good year. I don't know about you guys. I was ready for 2019 to be done. I'm happy it's 2020. Realizing how old I am, that I've now been alive in like four or five different decades now. So like aging myself there a little bit. But in SF meeting fashion, we always start every meeting with a toast. And so let's toast the new year. Let's toast 2020. Let's toast SF evening. Everyone raise your glass to Rotary, SF evening, and 2020 vision. Cheers. Cheers. Yes. Actually, over halfway done counting. Okay, so quickly we'll just go through visiting Rotarians and guests. We always just like to have everyone say hello. Just tell us your name and how you're here. So I know you'll be going over more later, but you want to start?
Sure. I'm Desiree Lyons. I'm from Namaste Direct. I'll be speaking tonight along with my friends here from the Hillsdale Effect and the San Mateo Rotarians. I'll let them
Wonderful.
introduce themselves.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. My name is Suchi. I'm a sophomore in the high school. I'm Kristen. I'm also a sophomore at Hillsdale High School. Yeah, I'm also part of Hillsdale Effect. I'm Isabel, and I'm a sophomore.
Very nice. And you?
My name is Greg Lance. I am a teacher and one of the two interact teachers that works with these students.
Awesome. Great. And you're from which high school again?
Hillsdale.
Hillsdale. Hillsdale. Where is that? Because I'm not familiar with all of this. In San Mateo. Great. All right. Wonderful. Well, welcome everyone. And then we've got a couple there in the back.
Some of the Rotarians right here in the back. My name is Don Lighty, and with the Rotary Club of San Mateo, and all the folks that have introduced themselves are our wonderful partners. That's what we'll talk about.
Great.
My name is Brian Sullivan. I'm also the San Mateo Rotary Club, and we're thrilled to be here.
Thank you guys so much. We're really happy to have you. So welcome. Okay, we always do a little something called Happy Bucks. And we have our Happy Box that one of our members donated money to bling out. So if you have anything you want to share, you want to, throw a buck or two in, tell us something you're happy about. It could even be something you're sad about, but we always start with being happy. So in honor of 2020, I'm putting 20 bucks in tonight. I stuck it in my pocket so I wouldn't forget that I had cash and I wasn't going to make Melissa swipe. So I'll let you kind of, probably in the box, if we needed it. I think it's in there. We may not have gotten it back out, but everybody get happy. That's all right. We can always do it after the fact. There's Daniel.
I have some cash.
Yep.
Start that. 5 happy bucks. So first, great to see everyone here tonight. We've got a full house. Exciting. Welcome everyone. And second, go 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Go 49ers, and I also hear go LSU Tigers, right? So Jim Carrey, if you end up watching this later, just know I called out the team for you. So that was another cool thing. I think they were like undefeated, so it's been a pretty cool year. And the Niners, what's their record now?
I don't know, but they're one win away from the Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay. I gotta set my game up. You guys know I'm a big college and pro basketball fan. I will say I'm not always the biggest football fan, but I will support the Niners. So go Niners. Anyone else have any?
I'm 20 bucks. Great to see everyone. And today I got my bonus. So
We're glad you came then.
100% to the club.
Love it. It's a good day to come to Rotary then.
good job.
Love it. Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll go over just a little bit of club business and some exciting things we got going on. So one of the first things that I wanted to let everyone know is what we're doing for DDF. And this is for my year. Erica's already looking for things. She takes over as president July 1st. We have always given our DDF to a global grant project. So really exciting. In December we had Rotarian malaria partners. I actually met these guys at the convention in Hamburg back in June and had to just stop in and say hello because I myself had been to Zambia. I see the big sign, malaria, Zambia, Rotary. I'm like, oh, I need to go talk to them. So sure enough, Jim flew from Seattle just to come speak to our club. What's really exciting now with what's going on with malaria is kind of the next polio for Rotary. Because now Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have offered all these matching funds. So, you guys can see up here, $1 ends up being $6.50 by the time it's matched, which is really cool. So, our club had 4,041 in DDF, and with all the matching for that global grant to help with the malaria project, it's over $26,000. I wanted to share that because we've never had that much DDF to give to anything. Last year we had like 2,000, and it just goes to show how every year as we're growing as a club, more and more people are giving to the Rotary Foundation. This is what we see. So it's going to this global grant. It's going there to help train workers, help with immunizations, help with testing. In another area where they've been doing this, they have decreased the incidence of malaria less than 1%. So it's really amazing considering how endemic it is in that area. So yay for SFDU on that. Yeah. All right. Another little business. I'm going to have Erica come up for Paul Harris. We have Ken. Thank you, Melissa. Yep. Come on. All right. So, I know many of you have heard this, and I'll try to keep it as short as I can. Erica's been up here before for this. Erica is also our president-elect. Yay. And I'm so happy she's taking over Gillette first. And she will be going to PET soon. March, right? It's always March. PET is one of the funnest things to do. So, tonight, Erica is getting her Paul Harris Fellow +1. Whoa. Yep. So, the presentation of a Paul Harris Fellow recognition is the Foundation's way of expressing its appreciation for a substantial contribution to its many programs. It's named for our founder, Paul Harris, a Chicago lawyer who started Rotary International with 3 business associates in 1905. Rotarians often designate a Paul Harris Fellow as a tribute to a person whose life demonstrates a shared purpose with the objectives of the Rotary Foundation. Today, we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing Erica Hewitt as she becomes the Paul Harris Fellow +1 as a special expression of appreciation for the Rotary Club. As a beacon, you now have a Paul Harris +1 pin. You know, us Rotarians like our pins. And I'll be happy when they start doing these magnetic where you want it to. I don't want to like ruin your clothes. So she's getting her Paul Harris +1 up on her neck. Because that's just what we do. So, everyone, please congratulate Erica for being Paul Harris Fellow +1. Your little box. I know I have a drawer. A drawer for all my pens. Okay. A little event recaps. Okay, what we've been doing, what's coming up. In case you missed it, about FOMO is kind of like, you know, you should have a little FOMO for all the cool stuff that we've been doing and also what we will be doing. So, our Rotary District offered $300 for community service projects this year. We quarterly have been doing dinners for Larkin Street Youth Services at their H Street location. If you don't know what Larkin Street is, they work with homeless youth and help making sure that they have a great transition, either going back home or wherever they're going next. And we also donated $4,000 to help update their kitchen. If you walk in and see their kitchen in this boarding house, it is so old, it's falling apart. But we go there, we buy the food, we prepare it, cook it, and they have a nice home cooked meal. So we've been doing this quarterly, but because we had $300, we decided to do 2 dinners, spending $150 each. We did this one in December. It's like, or was it December, November? So thank you, Melissa, for planning the menu. Shepherd's pie. We had a vegetarian option, or was it vegan?
Well, it was vegan, right?
It was vegan, right?
Yeah.
So they had a few vegans, so we made sure that we had a little bit of everything. So again, we've got another one coming up next month, February. So in place of our monthly social, we're going to do a service project and go do the next dinner at Orchard Street last weekend of February. We also had our yearly holiday party last month, our martinis and mistletoe. And of course, you see Ron and Liz, who always come and support us. But I think everybody had a lot of fun. We had a really nice bar tab at the end of the night. So I think everybody enjoyed themselves. I know I did. So it was a great way to end the holiday season. We also had a barrel for Toys for Tots and collected toy donations for them as well. All right, so what we got coming next, just a quick snapshot. Next week, Lynn Lookout is going to come talk to us about RILA. So RILA is the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. Did you guys decide to go to RILA?
We have a RILA after.
Wonderful.
Well, Riley Doc's right here.
Yeah, and the RILA nurse right here. So we'll see you there. Melissa and I think have been there every year, like basically. And I know Atto's been in the past. Erica, you've been to RILA.
I've supported at the
Yeah.
start and finish.
Yeah. I mean, so I know that we've definitely had some people, and I think Howard signed up to be counselor this year. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. This month, instead of a social, we're going to go to Glide. And we're going to do a dinner at Glide. So Will has got that set up for us. January 26th. It's actually on our calendar on our website. So just look on the events calendar. If you don't remember SF Evening members, you can now easily integrate the SF Evening calendar into your Google Calendar, Outlook, whatever calendar you're using. So if you want to see all of our projects and events.
Chrissy, that's a Sunday. Is it evening? Do you know the time?
It's on the calendar.
Okay.
If you click on our website real quick, and you can chime in and tell us because I forgot to add that up there. So we've got lots of service projects coming up in the next 3 months. We're doing Glide, we're doing Market Street, then of course our biannual daylight savings with our wonderful seniors of Next Village doing one hard thing. So of course RILA will be the weekend of April 17th, and you'll see several of us there. And then of course our district conference will be coming up in May.
It's in the morning. It's from 9:30 to 11:30.
Right, 9:30 to 11:30 for Glide. If you want to go volunteer at Glide, message Will. You can message him on Facebook or email him. I know there was only a certain number of spots that they had for Glide. Does anybody not know what Glide is in San Francisco? Okay, I know most people know about it. It's pretty famous. So that should be a really fun project. I'm excited for us. All right. So now we're done with all the club business, and it's time for Fellowship 5. So what we do is after we go over upcoming events and let everybody know what's kind of going on with our club business, we have everyone get up, take a 5-minute break while we're getting ready to hear from our speaker, say hello to your neighbors, say hello to somebody you don't know, even say hi to somebody you don't like, do fellowship, be social, mingle, go get another drink at the bar, get some more food, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We'll see you back in approximately 5 to 10 minutes. We'll ding the bell. All right? Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right, everyone. You guys ready to hear from our speaker? So I'm going to do a quick introduction. Tonight, we're excited to have from Namaste Direct Guatemala project, Desiree Lyons. The Namaste Direct project is a high-impact global grant sponsored by the San Mateo Rotary Club, which we have a couple Rotarians there. It's going to empower women with small businesses in Guatemala. poverty while supporting next-gen leaders from Bay Area high schools. To travel to Guatemala to study solutions to global poverty. Their mission is to directly contribute to women's economic empowerment by providing business development programs that increase the business cash flow of low-income women. So, thank you guys so much for being here. I love seeing all the smiling faces. And now, I'd like to have Desiree come up and tell us about the project.
Great. We actually have a very interactive presentation.
Whatever you need.
So we're going to have
Yes.
Brian and Dawn sort of kick things off.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Chrissy and all of you Rotarians here for inviting us to share our story about this global grant opportunity that we're putting together and the Hillsdale Effect, what they've been doing, what they plan to do over the next 12 months. It's been an exciting project for us to work with. I think it's been exciting for the kids, and it all happened because Greg Lyons has done a great job putting it together. So thank you for giving us this opportunity. So, what's the slide?
Oh, it's actually on the...
You will just have to hit the arrow key here. Just come over and you can just hit that right arrow. Our clicker's not working today.
Well, here's the program goal. So we're trying to do a fundraising goal of $120,000 to economically empower 225 women in Guatemala and pull themselves out of poverty. And the kids will actually go down to where these donors live, and they actually hand them the check that they've done their fundraising for. And so it's been a real opportunity for the kids to participate in that experience. And you can see Don is in this picture here, so I'll hand it off to Don, and he can tell you more.
Where's Waldo? Yeah, thank you for having us. Enjoyed talking to Erica and Daniel. Your demographic is very different than our club's demographic. I was joking about Greg had, you saw my sort of glazed look when your slides went up and said, Don, do you know what FOMO means? And I said, Don said, haven't got a clue. So anyway, great to be here. Chrissy, you talked about getting involved. Who's Chrissy?
I'm here.
Back there.
Yeah.
Talked about getting involved in a global grant.
Yes.
And our club did that for years and years. So maybe one way to sort of frame this presentation tonight, our club's 100 years old. And I've been in it since 1990. And this is the first year that we have put together our own global grant. We've done what you've done. So maybe an aspirational kind of presentation, that there is always the possibility of deciding what you want to do and getting people to join you. And that's what we've worked on this year with two fabulous partners. Our Hillsdale Effect Interact Club, which does amazing things that you'll hear about, and our partner, our implementation partner, Namaste, without whom none of this would happen. So there's two keys there. I understand you have an Interact Club at Galileo. Get them involved. They do wonderful things. And get a partner like Namaste. You know, you next up?
Yeah.
Okay, there's your introduction.
Thanks. All right. So now I will give you a brief overview on what Namaste is all about. So we are a very small and laser-focused nonprofit organization that is very, very focused on finding women in Guatemala who have managed to start small businesses despite facing overwhelming obstacles like poverty and discrimination and lack of education, and they've gone out and started small businesses to support their families. So Namaste has a special program that I'll get into detail about more later that really helps empower these women with the skills and resources to earn more money throughout their lives. Have any of you been to Guatemala? You have. Okay. Where did you go?
So our club, our first project that we did international, we went to Guatemala and we built a bottle school.
Oh, cool.
And so we were in San Martin Hilotepeque, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we were in a rural area, doing a secondary school, and so yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's helpful to know if people have a context for this place. It's such a special country. It's very poor. 60% of the population lives in poverty. And women are particularly vulnerable to poverty just because they, especially Mayan women, face so much discrimination. So Namaste's program is really helpful in empowering marginalized people. One of the other really cool things about Namaste is that our entire staff, aside from myself, is Guatemalan and lives in Guatemala. And so I think that really helps the organization get a good grip on what's happening culturally and how to evolve and adjust the program to really serve the current needs of our constituents. So I live here in San Francisco. I work with the team there constantly. I'm working on my Spanish. They're really impressive people and very committed to the cause. Another important thing to note about Namaste is this is actually the 7th global grant that we are implementing through Rotary. So I don't want to say we've got it down to a science quite yet because it's still kind of tricky navigating the DDF and the process and all of it, but we do have a pretty good grip on how it works, and we've had really awesome results in partnering with Rotary. So we're really excited about this. And so excited also because of the collaboration from the Hillsdale Effect. Namaste has had the honor of being a partner of Hillsdale Effect for about 10 years. And over the last 10 years, they have raised over $80,000 for our program, which is just mind-blowing. And all of the students that I have met have been so impressive and inspiring. And that's a good segue to have the students come up and talk about what they're up to this year.
Well, they're coming up just quickly. Chrissy mentioned the multiplier effect, and that gets complicated sometimes, but here in 5150 we have an additional multiplier, which is the Stone Foundation, which matches grants in some areas, including Guatemala, at 100% for cash donations, 50% for BDF. So anyway, it's another thing.
So we have a quote from the Peace Corps, which is that you give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day, but if you teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. Our club likes to put a little twist on it. If you give a woman a financial literacy, mentorship, and a microloan, possibilities are endless. And when we give a woman a microloan, it's not just charity. With the money we give her, she can grow her business and she can pay for her children's education and allow them to continue and provide more opportunities for them. She can become a leader in her community and she can inspire others and eventually break the cycle of poverty. So when we give a woman a microloan, it's not charity, it's a form of social justice.
And also by investing in these women, we are empowering them to do these things that they would normally have the opportunity to do. And the reason we invest in women is because they are more likely to spend their money on their family and their children rather than themselves, which allows their children to stay in school and finish their education, which can therefore lead to a well-paying job in the future, which breaks the poverty cycle.
And additionally, since traditionally in Guatemala, women doesn't receive as much power economically in the family as like the men in the family, because what they're supposed to do in the family is to take care of the children and their husband in the family. But this system actually limits the economic opportunities in the family and the educational opportunities for their children. So if the women are given this economic power for their family, they will invest it into their family, for business to happen, and they will invest it into their children's education, which will break the cycle. And each year, our students in our school and middle college and San Mateo High School, students are given the opportunity for a trip to Guatemala to firsthand learn about how Namaste works. And for this to happen, well, we need money. So every year in all of our schools, we have a series of events so important for the trip?
So one of their fundraisers that's not on here is just like these past weeks we make and design holiday cards to sell, and people like donate money, and like some of them are giving it to in their name, and that's a form of like a Christmas gift that we make. And we raised, I think we're still doing the numbers, but we're around $400 for that. And then our biggest fundraiser for the whole entire year, this goes to Women in Guatemala for microloans, not to our trip, is Penny Wars. And this year we raised a record-breaking $8,600. And so the way it works is it's a school-wide competition, and we have about over 60 jugs and water jugs, and we put them in each homeroom. And coins are positive ones, and dollars are negative ones. And you can sabotage other homerooms by putting dollars in their jugs, and that creates like more money for us. And there's always challenges, like the loser has to jump in the pool, or they have to make each other waffles or something like that. And this year was a record-breaking. We raised a lot of money.
So for raising the money for microloans, that happens in the fall, spring semester. So in the spring, we would raise money for the trip because it's just a lot of money for each student to go to Guatemala. So we have events like the movie screening, which happens in middle college, and we have the car wash, and we have the taco dinner, which is like around March. So last year, movie screening, we raised about $2,200, but the movie is actually free. So we got the money from all the raffles and stuff. And for the car wash, we raised about $1,200, and for the taco dinner last year, we raised about $2,000.
Also for Penny Wars, it's all like change, like extra change and extra dollars, and we've just seen a lot of how much the relative wealth in the area is, and how people just giving up their spare change can help us.
So a couple of last things about the Interact Club at the school. You keep hearing the Hillsdale Effect. So it's kind of a unique program in that we don't do a lot of different projects, we do one project. And so the students really come to understand microloans well, and they come to understand the environment in Guatemala well, and understand how Namaste works. And I had hoped to have a student that had been to Guatemala. This crew is going this coming year. We've sent about 100 students now to Guatemala over the past 10 years. I can't believe that I've had 10 chances to go to Guatemala. I never thought that would be part of my job as a high school teacher. So when these guys came and said, "Do you want to do this?" I said yes, and I'm still here 10 years later because this is the most exciting thing about what I get to do as an educator, to work with kids like this outside the classroom and going to Guatemala and working out in the real world is a really exciting thing. So,
Went with his own daughter last summer.
yes.
This is
She's
a
doing
senior
chemistry
grade.
tonight, so she couldn't make it. So thank you, and we're going to turn it back to Desiree now, and she's going to talk more about the program.
Desiree, you might mention that idea that we're hoping to start this year about the audit.
Oh yeah, so that's a key part of the grant, is that the students who are participating, when they travel to Guatemala, in addition to participating in like the loan disbursements and things like that, they're actually going to be conducting an audit of the program, so they get a really solid understanding of how poverty alleviation programs work. And Namaste has a really strong database that we're going to put them to work in mining, and also working with some of the women who have graduated from our program and following up with them to understand some of the long-term outcomes once they're done with Namaste. So we're really lucky to have their brain power and their enthusiasm supporting our project. So I thought it would be helpful to just give you a sense of who the women are that we're serving. This is a woman in our program named Cora. I had an opportunity to meet her when I was in Guatemala last year, and she makes beautiful Mayan textiles, and she sells them to different stores and shop owners, and she has been in our program the first questions I asked her when I met her last year was if she was saving money, because I could see that she had increased her income by like 400% since working with us. And she said no. And I was like, why? How come you're not saving money? And she had this huge smile on her face, and she said, because I just bought a house. And that was the goal that she had stated when she started the program with Namaste. She wanted to move out of the house. This is actually the house that she was living in. And she had saved enough money throughout the course of her program with us to buy a new home for her family. And it was so profound, because I mean, her home was sweet, but it's cinder blocks and tarps, and you know, there were like 7 people living in a really small space. And so I thought that that was just such a perfect example of what these women are able to accomplish through the project. And you can see here some of the stats, but they work in various industries, and again, they're starting with literally nothing, and to see them grow and evolve is just so powerful. So the way Namaste's program works sort of started, our founder was one of the pioneers in microfinance in Central America years and years ago. And he launched a great big microfinance organization that he ended up turning over to local NGOs. And one of the lessons that he learned in that experience was that microloans, when they're not coupled with education or support, can often leave people in more debt than they were in when they started, or a worse financial position when they started. And so he designed this great program that basically, as soon as we find a woman who is interested in participating, they're matched immediately with a business advisor who sits down with them and talks to them about their current operations, what their goals are, and sort of helps them plot out a path forward. And based on that, they are assigned a microloan that's commensurate with what they're trying to achieve. Most of the loans for the first cycle participants are anywhere between like $300 and $400. And all of our programs run in 9-month cycles. So for 9 months, they meet with a business advisor once a month who sits down with them and goes over all of their, projections and forecasting and planning. They get their microloan, and then they also participate in financial literacy training, which is really essential when you consider that the majority of the women in our program have only had a few years of education. Basics like learning how to separate their personal finances from their business finances makes a huge difference for them. Learning how to make a budget. And it's also, the financial literacy training is so powerful for them because it's done as a group. And so they're able to meet other female business owners around the community and share lessons learned, and it's an empowering experience for them. And it's also hugely effective. You can see here that by the time these women complete 3 cycles in our program, they've nearly tripled their profits, which is, it's really moving them from poverty to the middle class, which is wonderful, not only for them, but also for their families. So that sort of gets down to our overall impact. For every $100 invested in her training, each woman increases her profits by $250 just while they're in our program. And the idea is that they're empowered to earn more money throughout their lives. And so this is something that's just a ripple effect of prosperity. And it also means better housing, education, healthcare, all of the things that the students so eloquently said earlier. So it's a huge honor for me to work for Namaste and to be working on this grant with San Mateo Rotary and the Hillsdale Effect. And we're just so appreciative of partnership from all of these different Rotary clubs, and we hope that you will consider supporting our project this year. I think it's a great opportunity to really let your dollars get amplified.
I also wanted to mention, if you are interested in traveling to Guatemala, we have a trip planned in March, from March 14th through the 21st. It's our annual business conference. All of the clients in our program come together at Lake Atitlán and participate in workshops. It's a great opportunity for people to understand how our program works and see it in action. And if you're interested in going, let me know, and I'd be happy to give you more information.
It's also a great chance to see Guatemala, some beautiful places, Antigua and Lake Atitlán.
Yeah. So thank you.
Oh, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. We're not quite done. So, Desiree, thank you so much. And thank all of you for being here tonight, telling us about this amazing project. A few things. I want to get you in touch, if you haven't been in touch with him already, is Christian Amsberry, who is our Rotary Club member that works with the Galileo Interact. I think the penny words might go over well. So, I got to get you guys in touch by email. Second, Karen is our International Service Chair, and as I told you, Erica is our PE. But also, Atto, he is on our Finance Committee, and in the past has helped spearhead some of our microloans that we've done. So, definitely, we'll stay in touch for that. But the main thing I wanted you guys to know, what we do to thank our speakers for coming is we donate to the polio fund to inoculate 10 children. So thank you so much for coming tonight. If you don't mind to hang around for a couple minutes for if people have questions after we're done. We're just going to finish up with a couple last little things, but we really enjoyed that. It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. That was great. Okay, so we're getting to the last couple things here before we adjourn. Into some announcements. So first, since we're talking about international projects, I'm going to have Karen Irwin come up, talk to us a little bit about some options. So I'm glad we just heard about another one, and maybe one that she's already got on the list. But we like going on international trips. So many of our club members have been on many international service projects. So Karen, come on up and tell us what you're working on.
Yeah, so some of the club members have seen this list from last year. We're kind of bringing it back out again because now I think we're all ready after the new year to really, get serious about picking a trip or two. There are trips to far places. There are trips to near places. There are ones that are slightly more expensive, but there's some different options. And I have a little table I put together. So what I'm going to ask is for the club members to just take a look at the table and mark up a couple of things that you think are more interesting to you, so I can have that feedback. And then maybe I'll do this at the next meeting, and we'll come up with something that seems appealing to everyone. And again, we can have more than one trip. We can have a trip that's to Latin America, that's like a longer weekend, which is less expensive, and we can have a trip that's more expensive to Africa or something, that is like a week or so. So I think it's okay to have more than one option on this list. Some of the things we talked about last year was H2 Open Doors. I think some of you know John, who basically they're investing in a clean water system where you have contaminated water, and they do a lot of work in Kenya, they do work in India, they do work in Latin American countries. So again, it's almost like if we want to do that, it's like where do we pick and where and when. That one's really easy. We also have our Earthwatch Institute ones that I think are interesting that some of our club members might want to do sustainability, helping farmers, helping kind of one of them is interesting in Kenya is like elephants and helping local farmers to test propellants that are natural, from elephants. And there's a lot of human conflicts with elephants there, so there's really interesting stuff if you're interested. But I'm looking for feedback, and I look forward to talking more to just even one-on-one with people would be great. So I'll just pass this around.
Thanks, Karen. Hey, I'm excited to go on a trip because several of us went with H2 Open Doors to Cuba, and that was a year ago, October. So it's been a while since we've been anywhere on an actual trip. So we're definitely interested in those options as well as a lot of other exciting things. And I see you guys do car washes. Galileo also does car washes. So maybe we can work on something to do, combine together. And also from time to time in our club, you see we collect happy dollars. Sometimes we will donate our happy dollars that we collect at meetings. Okay, so maybe that's something that we can in the future look at for donating to the penny because that's really cute. Okay, now I'm going to ask Atto from the Finance Committee to come up and talk about money. So, Atto.
So just another quick reminder regarding dues. So for those of you guys that paid your dues in advance for the year, thank you very much for that. For anyone else that's on a quarterly plan, we will be sending out invoices this week. So keep an eye out for those in your email. And also just regarding your dues overall, look back at your employers. There are a number of employers that will either subsidize or pay your dues in their entirety. So that's something to look at as a way to get your dues paid. And so if you have any other questions regarding your dues, payment plans, or anything else like that, feel free to circle with me.
Thank you. So, one thing I didn't have on the calendar yet, because usually the district will add in their events, and I don't see that they have the district assembly on there. But I do know it's going to be on March 21st. So, if you are around, please come on Saturday to Redwood High School over in Marin, so we can cheer on Erica to prep for her Rotary year as president. And there's also a lot of breakout sessions. I know Christian is going to be doing a breakout talking about Interact. So if you guys are there, you want to go check that one out. Also, I'm going to be doing a breakout session. So yeah, so this is interesting. I'm going to be doing a breakout session about Club Runner and how to do bulletins and how to update your website. So evidently the district loves our website. And that's many thanks to Mandana, Sarah, myself. We've all been really doing a collaborative effort to try to get our website up to date. It's still a work in progress. We've got a few more things that we're going to add to it. But I'm going to be talking about not being the road runner when it comes to Club Runner. So I hope some of our members come because it's changed a lot, and a lot of everything that you need to do to communicate with your club is right there now. So it's come a long way. But those are some of the breakouts. The most important thing is Erica as our president-elect. And she is looking over there with the look of fear. And I just keep smiling because it's January. No, I mean, honestly, I joke that I'm the cheerleader this year. You know, our board makes the decisions. We've got a lot of members. We try to get input from you guys as much as possible. And to end tonight, always, in the words of Alon, our Lone Ranger male president, if it's Wednesday, it's Rotary.